Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a review for 90 Day Fiance Season 7 Episode 3. Okay, so let me explain. I know I skipped Episode 2. I started it. I didn't finish it. So that's where we are. So I'm going to have to throw in some Episode 2 factoids with this one. Just to catch up. So, all right, we're going to start, well, where we started off. No, you know what? We're not going to start with them because I have 4 pages of notes on Kim and Usman. That's how much time we spent on Kim and Usman. So, I'm going to start with a shorter couple. I'm going to start with Jenny and Sumit. All right, so nothing interesting here, but basically it's the next morning after Jenny has her blow up and Sumit gets disowned by his parents because of Jenny, who then blows up on him and tells him not to talk to her forever. And I was just like, damn, that's kind of harsh because, and then the look on his face was just like, I just got disowned by my parents and now you're telling me not to talk to you forever. But I felt it. I felt it. I didn't feel Jenny's pain at all because I didn't know where it was coming from. She didn't even take the time to sit there and listen or even let Sumit explain what had just happened with his parents because she didn't understand. Because despite the fact that she's been in India for almost 4 years and dealing with Sumit for 10, she has no idea, or she hasn't even tried to start to learn Hindu, which I learned is what they're speaking. It's the name of what they're speaking. Yeah. So let's see. They ask each other if they're okay. It's kind of like a somber morning, and then both like, yeah. But Jenny feels bad because she now knows what happened with his family, and she knows that she overreacted, and she shouldn't have yelled at him. So, what we see here is basically Jenny telling him that he knew he would run after his she knew he would run after his family after all of that, and she was going to be sitting there left alone. But Jenny, he had to let them out, like he had to walk them out. He came right back. He was going to come right back, and he did. He had to see them out. He had to beg them one more time. It'd be like that sometimes. And so she then apologizes for yelling at him, but then, explains that she didn't know what was going on. She only knew what she thought was going on, which was that he was siding with his parents. And that wasn't it at all. He was actually fighting for her. He really loves him some Jenny. It's crazy. I don't get it. But all right. So she says it's been 10 years and it's kind of time for Sumit to be like done with trying to get approval from his parents. I agree. But I don't agree. It's almost like, why do you keep, like, at this point, if you're married to her, your focus does need to be on her, and you can't spend the next 10 years trying to get your parents' approval for it. It's not going to happen. They don't want you guys together. They don't want Jenny in the family. Your mom said you're not allowed to come to her funeral, bro. Either of their funerals, because you chose Jenny. That's deep. Your mother said that never on her deathbed would she have agreed to let you marry Jenny, and that you were basically the worst thing that ever came out of her. She birthed you painfully, and you've just ruined her life. You've just been ruining her life from the moment that you were born. You're just a waste. Can relate. Jenny also apologizes and said that she needs support too. Because she does. Like, she needs to know that Sumit is going to be her husband and her, partner, and not continue to chase after his parents' approval. But Submit did expect more from Jenny because they are married, which is so double standardy. Like, whatever. Because literally, whatever. Why? He asked why is she in a relationship if she's just quickly ready to run, and I'm just like, quickly? It's been 10 years, 3 seasons of her being verbally abused by your mom. Yeah, I was thinking of physically, but no, just verbally abused by your mom. And I don't think it's a quick to be ready to run. I think she was just kind of like, I don't think this man's gonna fight for me anymore, and I'm done. I give up. He wants to be with his parents. He basically wants to have his cake and eat it too, and that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It can't happen. His mom has decided in her heart, I do not like this woman. I do not want this white woman a part of my family. And so be it. So anyway, they make up and Submit is feeling torn after last night over whether it's worth it to make yourself happy over your family's happiness. That's crazy, Submit. Yeah. But I really think he's at the point now where he shouldn't expect his parents' approval for anything. And he's old enough to not need their approval. But I don't understand Indian culture. I do understand that parents are family is very important in India, in that culture. So I do know that, he doesn't want to be without his family, obviously. Sometimes gotta cut family off. So where do they go from here? Submit says to just leave it, but he'll keep trying. He'll keep trying with them, of course. And Jenny's not mad. Jenny's mad about that because she needs him to be her husband, and he can't continue to keep doing this. It's just like a ongoing cycle. It's a never-ending battle. All right, so now we're gonna go to Jovi and Yara. So they're going to meet with Mrs. Gwen, Jovi's mom, to talk about why they aren't speaking, why they haven't spoken 6 months. And the argument that they had before, all of this drama happened because Jovi went to his mom after Yara came to him, kind of just venting, she says, about the fact that Mrs. Gwen doesn't come, or there would be months where Jovi would be at work and she wouldn't come to see or to help with Mila. And, I don't know. It's, Yara, you moved 3 hours away. Nobody told you to do that. 3 hours? You couldn't find a nice home 20 minutes away? Like, nobody wants to, nobody wants to do that drive. That drive is, no. Now, if she was staying the whole month, I guess, or she could at least come once every 2 weeks or something like that. But if she was, just driving to come and say hey and chill out for like a night, no, nobody wants to do that. But if you needed her to stay, then that would make sense. It's not that bad. I don't get it. I think it's because Yara expected her grandparents, Mila's grandparents, to want to help take care of Mila and to want to be around her. And her parents and her grandparents would have. But, and Gwen probably would too if they were closer. And if she had more time, I think Gwen is kind of just living her life. She looks like she's young and living her life. She only had one child. She don't have no more to stress her out. So, hey. But yeah, back to what they were discussing. Apparently, Jovi, when he went to his mom to discuss this, he yelled at her about Yara's concerns. And that kind of made Gwen mad because she felt like her and Yara were in a place where they could, Yara could come to Gwen and say these things to her or tell her how she was feeling, or come directly to her at least, not through Jovi. But yeah, they are putting too much on her because she's a grown woman and she wants to live her life. If she wanted to be a living grandma, I'm pretty sure she would. But she doesn't have to. She doesn't owe you guys anything. Yara, is your fault primarily because you refuse to trust anyone else with Mila. You can't put that on Gwen. That's not fair. You need to open up your mind to somebody, like get to know. You have friends. They don't have references. They don't have referrals. I know they know somebody that's good. Like, come on now. You can't put it all on her. But so yeah, Yara kind of gets a little shady and says that she was expecting Gwen to be like a Ukrainian grandmother, but she admits she was wrong for assuming. She wasn't trying to be shady, but the way she said it was shady, low key. And Jovi wants them to just be able to communicate more. So they kind of squash it, and then they talk about they squash it, they hug it out. Miss Gwen is probably still kind of mad, but she'll get over it. And then they talk about, what's going on. And Yara said she wants to go home to Ukraine, but this is before the war started. She wanted to go back home to Ukraine to visit her parents. So she was frustrated because she was waiting on her green card. But Gwen doesn't think that it's a good idea because of what's going on at the time. But Yara thinks she's overreacting because at the time I don't think they were talking about war or invading, but I don't know exactly when this was filmed, so who knows. Nonetheless, in the next scene, Yara finally gets her green card interview, and the way Jovi kind of comes to tell her about it is like he comes like there's some bad news that he has, or she did something bad or something, and she's just like, what is it, tell me. And so then he like hands her the letter, and she gets so excited. Like I've never seen Yara this hyper or talk this much in a hyper tone. So so she thinks that, or she says something about like getting her green card, but she understands that it's not her green card. It's just the interview for the green card. So he explains the process to her and how they'll have to try to interview her to see what they know about each other, and that they might try to throw her off. But I heard somewhere else that I think they have the interviews wrong. Like that, I think they're thinking about the K-1 visa interview, not the green card interview, because they would have had to answer those questions for the K-1 visa interview, not for the green card, because they are already here. I don't know. But so she makes a green card joke saying, like, give me a hug. Come here, give me a hug. Okay, Jovi, bye-bye. I got green card now. I'm leaving. But yeah, that was cute. So she really wants to tell her mom, and she goes to this coffee shop. But yeah, she goes to this coffee shop to just FaceTime her. The last time she saw her mom, what are we in now? This is September of 22. The last time she saw her mom was in October of 2019. Yikes. And she's gone through so much. She's gone through getting married and having her first baby without her mom. Poor thing. But she discussed it. She starts to talk about how growing up in the Soviet Union country was hard because it was deficit and they didn't have anything. And her mom was one woman working to support 3 kids, and she sometimes didn't eat, so she was really skinny. And she loves her mom, but she grew up a lot without her. That's how she is able to be so independent. So she FaceTimes her mom to tell her about the green card interview, and her mom cries. And then she said something about bringing her mom over there, and she was like, you will be our free nanny. And her mom says that she'll be happy to. So then they start to talk about things over there, and her mom is just like, well, I think we'll be fine, but yeah, I hope that everything is okay. They said that they're in the West right now, or she said that her family is in the West right now, which is safe. But that was then, whenever that was. But they did get emotional talking about that. I hope everybody's safe, really. All right, you guys. I hate Bilal. I hate Bilal. I don't like this man. I don't like this self-righteous, put himself on a pedestal as I'm just too good for everybody. I don't even, there's so many. I have so many that I don't even know. So if you haven't caught up on the last episode 2 that I did not review, they finally had this meetup with Shahida. Bilal and Shahida finally had this meetup with Shahida, the ex-wife. And it didn't go well. Okay? It didn't go well at all because Shahida, the ex-wife, lost her shit. Was she right to lose her shit? No. She could have calmed down a little bit. She didn't have to go off the way she did at all. Was Shahida provoking her? I think at some point, yes. But at the beginning, no. But either way, it didn't go well. And Bilal left very upset. He left upset. But at Shahida, not Shahida, the ex. What pissed me and everyone else off about this was that Shahida was the one that went off. Shahida was the one that carried herself in a bad light. Shahida was the one that was not representing herself as a Muslim woman. But Bilal instead is disappointed in Shahida, the current wife. Sorry. Yeah, he's upset at Shahida. Sorry, they sound so... All right, one is Shahida and the wife is Shy. I'm going to start saying that. Okay. All right, so Bilal is still upset. He feels like she could have handled herself differently. And he doesn't know where to go from here. In the other room, the kitchen, she's making him some tea and basically preparing to cater to this man. It just makes me really, really upset because she treats him like he's like this king. And it's because he expects her to. But what are you doing to deserve this treatment? You did sit in that fucking restaurant and not once opened your fucking mouth. Except for whatever you said. That did nothing. Because they both were just like, fuck you. This is us. Okay? It makes me mad. Because why is it expected of her? We'll get there. Hold on. So, this day that they're on this day, it's snowing. It's apparently like brand new snow because I don't think it was snowing last night when they left the restaurant because he was able to drive in it. And so she just casually, after she brings him this tea in bed with like 4 or 5 grapes, that he decides to eat very slowly and very arrogantly, like the king that he thinks he is. Like, and said, thank you. Thank you. Like, what are you still standing here for? And so she looks at him like, oh, okay. And then she tries to make a conversation still. So she asks what a snow day is like here and if people just don't drive and stay in the house. And he says, in a very condescending and smart ass tone, well, that's why I'm home today, because the office is closed. You could have just fucking said, yeah. You could have just fucking said, yeah. But instead, you have to be the condescending asshole that you are and talk down to this woman that's trying to make peace with you. I thought peace was important to you. I thought peace was the only thing that was important to you. So what the fuck? She's trying to make peace, my brother. Anyway, what he says to the camera, peace has been thrown out of the door. Okay, we can't rehash this out. We can't have this conversation again. Peace is just like this one. What is it? This fear that he had, that Shahida has over him, other than like taking his kids. But I really don't think that she would do that over Shy's actions. That's, I mean, I don't know. Bitches are petty, so I don't know. He might, I mean, she might do some shit like that, but I think more so he's still in love with her, or he still has some kind of feeling for her because they, he didn't divorce her. She divorced him. So Shy is really his rebound. And he's basically pissed off at her because you came in my rebound. You came in my girl. You came in my wife. You act like she all negative. If she was all negative, I wouldn't have married her. Fuck you talking about? Don't talk about my bitch like that. Like, that's really how he came in Shy. Like, I would have been like, I'm out. Peace out. Y'all have fun with that situation. And that's what, nope, can't do it. Whew. All right. So as she's trying to talk to him, she's just like, we need to talk about this. She sits down on the bed and she's like, we need to talk about what happened. And then this whole conversation, he talks to her as if she's like me talking to my, or someone talking to my nephew, or trying to explain something like what's 2 + 2 to a freaking child. She's a 37-year-old woman. Isn't she older than him? She's a 37-year-old woman. Why are you talking to her like that? So he says, here's the thing, Sean. Here's the thing I want to get you to realize. You disappointed me. You didn't even let her sit down. Time out. She definitely had time to sit down and say, so, what's up? I didn't let her sit down. Continue. You came at her with force. Force is a strong word, but I'll give you that because I told you that she was being aggressive. And what else did she say? Whatever. I told you that she was rude and aggressive. And that was a stretch because she wasn't aggressive. She was rude. That's all I'll say. So then Shahida basically like swallows her pride, knowing that this is important to her because this is something that's been bugging her for months, obviously. The fact that this woman came in there and disrespected her, basically, and didn't, respect the fact that this is her home and I'm the wife now and, blah, blah, blah. So she just wants to draw a line. That's all she wants to do is draw a line of respect and be like, Shahida, you're not going to come in my house and dictate what I'm going to do. Like Shahida had no place coming to Shy about that prenup unless Bilal told her to, which I had a feeling he did. But it turns out that we didn't see this on camera, so I'll see it. I have to see it to believe it. But he said that he did talk to her or confront her after she went to Shy and told her that that wasn't her place. But whatever. She probably just bitched at him and then he whimpered away like a little fucking dog that he is. All right, so like I was saying, Shahida swallows her pride and basically says she understands, but she feels like when she came to her house, she didn't give her a chance to speak either, which is also not true. So they both reach in, but and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Bilal should have stood up for his wife and he stood up for his ex-wife when his ex-wife was the one that was actually more in the wrong because she was the one that embarrassed you for real. So then he continues, here's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Shy. Stop fucking talking to her like that. Stop fucking talking to her like that. I swear to God, I want to punch the TV every time he comes on. I do not like this man and how he talks to her. I want to see how he talks to Shahida. Because I don't think I've seen him have like a long conversation with Shahida. I might have to go back. I remember one, but I don't remember the context. I think it was like the first episode we met him, but who fucking cares? Anyway, here's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Shy. The situation has nothing to do with Shahida. What? Excuse me? Continue. Whatever. Continue. Because if it's not her today, it'll be someone else tomorrow. And I don't know what that means. Does that mean that Shahida Shy has an anger problem? And, just consistently goes off on people? She's Caribbean. Probably. But we haven't seen that side of her. So I don't believe that. But I don't know. I don't know her. I've never personally met her. And then he tells her that she can't let other people dictate her behavior. You can't let other people dictate your behavior. But it's just how he said other. I don't know. It was very condescending. That's the only word I have for it. But anyway. So like I said, that's where Shahida said that she was just trying to draw a line, but she feels like she's dealing with a bully. And so this is when he says that she's focused on 1,000,001 negative things, and they're not all negative, because if they were all negative, then he wouldn't have married her. Okay, what's that got to do with me? What the fuck does that have to do with me? Because how she treated you has nothing to do with how she's treating me or how she's going to treat me in the future. So she's not negative with you, but she can't be negative with anybody else. Or so she can't be negative with anybody else. Where does that make sense, Bilal? Nothing that comes out of your... Calm down. Calm down, Jess. It's not your man. Thank God. Okay. Then the last thing he tells her is don't let anybody or anything, the same way he says other, take away from who you are supposed to be. A good Muslim woman. But what about Shahida? Isn't she also a Muslim woman? Should she not carry herself in that way? I'm just saying. Shahida won't wrong. I mean, Shy won't wrong when she said that about... She wasn't wrong, but she hit below the belt when she said that while they were arguing or while Shahida was walking out of the restaurant. She said, you're not carrying yourself like a good Muslim woman. Is this the example you want to set for your 16-year-old daughter? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So then Shahida says that she's trying to rectify the situation, which she is, but she doesn't see herself as doing anything wrong, which I know is the fucking worst feeling in the world when you have to be the bigger person, even though you know you didn't do anything wrong. And you feel like you were the one wronged and they should be apologizing. But either way, she starts to get emotional, and then this would have been my last straw in this conversation. This would have been the third strike. So then he says, what is this right here? She starts to cry. She literally starts to cry. And he's like, what is this right here? Is this you blaming her, or is you taking acknowledgement for what you did. For what you did. Excuse the fuck out of me? Who you talking to? First of all, don't cut me off like that. Second of all, fuck you and her. Y'all can have each other. Goodbye. You and your fucking kids. No, I'm kidding. Her kids are cute. Their kids are cute. Whew, I'm sorry. That situation just... So, like I said, she takes responsibility for her actions, and she doesn't want Shahida to think that she's her enemy or that she hates her. So, this girl offers to apologize to Shahida. No, 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 no. What are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything wrong. I don't get it. I just don't get it, and I don't like it. But whatever. What does it matter what I like? Anyway, that's actually not good enough for him. Because then she asks if they're in a good place, and he says inshallah, which doesn't even mean yes. It means God willing. It means if Shahida is okay with us being okay, then we'll be okay. That's how I'm interpreting it. But it means God willing. But in that situation, scenario, I was whatever. So yeah, they're definitely still dicking each other down. All right. Who else did we have that was not Kim and Usman? Did I cover everyone? Okay. Yeah, they spent a lot of time on these two. So, I won't make it long though. All right, so Kim is on her way back to Nigeria to see her Usman, her soldier boy, her man, her boyfriend. And Jamal was taking her, and they start to talk about him, and then she's just like, I've never played one of his songs for you, have I? So she turns on this song that doesn't sound too bad. But she starts to sing along. And then Jamal, like, at some point along the song, he says, oh, it's actually not that bad. It's actually okay. And so he feels comforted in the fact that he's not a poser and he actually has, like, something out there, like some music out there. Of course he has music out there. It's all we hear whenever he comes on. It's Usman. It's Soulja Boy's music. And I still don't remember a lyric to a song. I kind of remember that one now. Yeah, but not enough. So then she tells him that she wants Jamal and Usman to have like their own thing so that they don't need her around. And she tells him that she wants them to have their own thing. For when she's not around. And he's just like, or we could just not. I don't see why that's necessary. But the reason Jamal feels the way he does about Usman is because he knows he's an entertainer and he has a good way of talking. So he doesn't want his mom to fall into his trap, basically. So they have an emotional goodbye, even though I don't know how long she's going to be gone. I can't remember if she said like a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. But she feels really good about what's going to happen on this trip because her and Usman have a special connection that she's never had with anyone before. Back in Nigeria, Usman is getting dressed to go pick Kim up, and he is excited, honey. Like, I did not know Usman was feeling Kim like that. I don't know what happened. Maybe she gives him good head. I don't know. They show his whole routine, his entire routine from beginning to end. And like literally he's in the shower. He's brushing his teeth. He's literally putting his underwear on. I'm surprised they didn't catch a sneak peek. Like, they caught everything. Or they filmed and showed everything. But yeah, he wants to be clink, 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 clink for his Kimbali. He doesn't know if he's gonna kiss her at the airport though, because he's got to see how many people are around. If it's a lot of people around, he's not gonna do it. But he explains his plans, or I guess he explains to the producers in the car with him what the plans are for this trip, which would be for them to meet the family, get married. Well, no, he's supposed to get married in the States, I think. But yeah, that's their plan for the future. And then the second wife, which is because Kimberly cannot give birth. And she said that it's okay. It's okay for me to have the second wife that's just gonna have my babies, which is what she thinks. He fully understands that that's not what it is, but I don't think that he's explained that to her yet. Even though she's done her research and she knows a lot about it, I don't think she understands that it's like the second wife is part of the family. Like she's not just your child bearer. She's not just some woman sitting up in a house barefoot and pregnant 24/7. But yeah, she's driving me crazy with this storyline, because it's just like, you look so dumb. Why do you want to look dumb? Why? I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I don't get it. So anyway, she's ready to meet the family, but she still has questions that she needs answered about the second wife, regarding the second wife. So Usman, on his way to the airport, he says that this time he got her some gifts, because normally she's the one that brings him gifts. And the gifts, you guys, let's remember, last season, Kim bought him a PS5, a laptop, and some jewelry, I think. So this time, she has gifts for him, but he got some gifts for her too. The gifts: 2 stuffed animals. 2 stuffed animals about this size. Smaller, because that's a whole pillow. And then you know what he does when she finally gets there and they see each other and she's coming towards him for the kiss. You know what he does? He drops them on the floor. He says, "Fuck these stuffed animals. You know what? Leave them. I don't want them. What the fuck am I gonna do with them?" PS5, stuffed animal. Laptop, stuffed animal. Whatever. So anyway, he does kiss her. He does kiss her at the airport. They're very excited to see her, and he does pull his mask down and kiss her. And she's surprised by that, but she takes it. And so they get in the car and they're headed to this hotel. And so, no, they're in Abuja. They're in Abuja right now. So they're headed to this hotel that he got. And it's a really nice hotel. And she says, "We have to drink champagne to celebrate me being here." So he says, "You are worth it. We have to do it." And then she asks how he feels about her meeting his family. And he basically is just like, "You know what? I'm good right now. I actually don't want to talk about that right now. We're in right now. And that's all that matters. And you're here. You know? Whatever comes, he believes that their love is strong enough to face it all together." Love that confidence for you, bro. All right. And then he's committed to their relationship as well. But they have a big obstacle, and that's getting his mom's blessing, which is going to be hard because of baby girl Lisa. Y'all remember her, right? Yeah. We can't mention her name on the show for some reason. It's so weird. So weird. But, yeah. So he has to get his mom's blessing, and good luck, Kim. Good luck, because Lisa has just Fucked it up for you. Sorry. Sorry to say it. So anyway, they get to the hotel and they order samosas, champagne, and cowtail. And Kim is excited to be in the same room with him again, finally. I understand that because I've been in a long distance relationship before, and yeah, shit sucks, bro. Won't do it again. But she got him some more gifts. It's gift time for Usman. So what she got him is a shirt of the two of them, because she's always wearing shirts with her face, with his face on it. So she should wear, or he should wear hers. I'm bad with pronouns. So yeah. So yeah. He also gets, or she also gets him a bracelet that says her king. And then she has a bracelet that says his queen. I did it right. And so they wear each other's bracelets or whatever, or they wear the bracelets, and it's cute. They take a picture or whatever. It's a nice little moment, and he's excited to wear the shirt. He loves his gifts. He says she's always buying her gifts, or damn it, almost. He says she's always buying him gifts, really good gifts, and it's almost like she's buying his love. But she's quick to say, "But I'm not, because I'm just a gift giver. Like, gift giving is her love language. She likes to gift people things because it's like that's just what she feels like doing in her heart. And it's not about what she can buy. She's not a sugar mama. She just got it like that. Anyway, so their room service arrives looking scrum-diddly-umptious. Oh my God, those samosas. I've never had samosas, but they look good. They look good. I'm going to have to try them. And Kim is ready to eat, but then he's like, wait, yummy, which is only one of the words that they have for their sex life. Let me list the others. So we have yummy, we have fertilizer, we have power bike, and we have African ingredient. And then he started laughing, or they started laughing, so he stopped. So there's probably more. I think he has more, knowing Soulja Boy, aka, and on and on and on. But yeah, he really looks like he's feeling her this season. So unfortunately, they both fall asleep, and there's no yummy to be had, which is crazy to me because they were both very, very excited for it. Like, they had to, I don't know, maybe the flight, I don't know. But Kim was upset. Kim was probably just like, I would have been down for it. Not like they haven't yammied yet, but this time they didn't get the yammy that night. They probably did it later, that morning or something. But anyway, Soulja Boy is taking her go-karting today, and they both want to have fun before they go to see his mom. Because I think Soulja Boy knows that she's just gonna be like, no, because the way they keep talking about it like it's this dreadful day. Okay, Kim, after nobody asked, says she knows they're supposed to be having fun and enjoying themselves, but she did come up with a list of questions to ask him about the second wife. And so she says, he says, what questions? And she goes, I don't want to talk about it right now. What the fuck did you bring it up for? What'd you bring it up for? You should have brought it up when you wanted to talk about it. Because now you want me to ask you about it. Only for us to keep going back and forth. And you being like, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to have fun. No, ain't nobody got time for that. She seems really fun, but the shirts they had on at this place, child, the loyalty and the dedication to the shirts, hey, bravo. Please stop it, but bravo. Also, while they're eating, he asks if she's ready for the Sokoto drama. And she says no. And that's the drama at home with his family, because that's where his family is living. And she says no, because she feels a lot of pressure to get his mom's blessing. And they need to get the blessing before they can make any more plans in their relationship, which has got to suck. It's kind of like how I feel right now. Like, I'm in the process of moving, and I feel like I can't do anything until I move, and it's stressing me out. And that's gotta suck, to not be able to plan your relationship until someone else is okay with it. Ugh. Yikes. Yikers. So Usman doesn't want to think about Sokoto, because now is the time for Abuja, which is where they are. And so she asks if Abuja is where he wants to have his family and live, and he says, no, 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 no. Abuja is the place that whenever she's around, that's where they'll be based. And she asked, she asked, will the second wife be in Abuja? And he said, no, she'll be in Sokoto. But why does that matter to you? Why are you asking all these questions about the second wife? The fuck? What you mean, why am I asking all these questions? You're my man. That's my peen. I don't want to share it. I'm just sharing it because I said I would. But I don't really want to for real. So I'm going to ask you all these questions, and you going to answer them. She didn't say that. That was me talking for her. She doesn't want to be in the same city as a second wife. She thinks it'll be better if they're separate. And he says, he literally has the nerve to ask her, why do you want to be away? Like, you don't want to be around? Y'all are sharing the same dick. Excuse me, sir? Don't ever let those words come out of your mouth to me ever again. Even she got mad and she said that she wanted to throw the plate at him because she doesn't want to be a sister wife. She would never want to see her. But that also doesn't make sense because you're trying to dictate what goes on in the home of the sister wife because you're the first wife. But the way you're describing it is you're just another wife or the other wife. So you don't really have any kind of say. Another wife would be sister wives. The other wife would be kind of like what you're talking about. Yeah. So she also talks about how she's going to make him bleach his dick every time he comes around her after he has sex with the second wife. First of all, ma'am, that's dangerous. And that's probably painful for him. I don't know. Maybe. But it can't be good for you either. So no, not a good idea. Second of all, if you're going to say you're okay with it, don't try to make all these rules for it, you know? Then you're not okay with it. And Soulja Boy's too young to understand that. It's like you're dating your son. Damn it. Poor child. So she says that she 100% has a say in where the second wife will stay. Usman says she'll stay where I choose. Whether it's Sokoto, Abuja, Kaduna, Nigeria is his home. So, that's that. That's all I'm going to say. And that was the show. Crazy shit, bro. Crazy. I can't wait for next week. I missed out on someone because I won't be talking about her. I missed out on a couple people because I won't be talking about them. I will not be talking about Ed and Liz. I don't know them. I don't care about them. I don't. Angela is a maybe. I'll see what she does. Right now, I don't want to talk about her. So, sorry. I don't think anybody will miss her. But, yeah, that's that. See ya.